All right, NT8 on the porch. The real truth on the USS John McCain's collision has finally been reported by the United States Navy. You want to talk about a clusterfuck in action, you've got to read the report. They shifted steering 5 times between 3 locations. They failed to engage the throttle locks so they could push the levers at the same time, so both screws would increase and decrease accordingly. By doing this, they only slowed down when ordered the port shaft, which kept the starboard shaft rolling at 20 knots. So when you do that, the ship turns left, no matter what the rudder does. Rudders. I'm assuming they have a rudder behind each propeller. Now, they shifted it to aft steering, which was not manned. The XO and several other senior officers had told the captain that we're in heavy transit areas, we need to go to max manning or sea and anchor detail, where you man after steering, you man the lee helm separately from the helmsman, because normally the helmsman does both. He does helm and lee helm. Well, their quote master helmsman, I guess, wasn't on the helm, and he couldn't do the job. So they didn't have a backup which would take the lee helm. They didn't have that. So consequently, I call it the cascade effect. So it cascaded and cascaded, and they switched steering from 3 different locations. And amazingly, they did get after steering manned, but when they shifted it to after steering, the after steering had his rudders set at almost full to port. So that caused the ship to turn full to port, which ran in front of that merchant ship. How can they not train the sailors how to switch from the helm to the auxiliary helm, which is also on the bridge, back to the helm, back to after steering? Because I remember it quite well. You went through sound-powered phones, or IVICs, and every time right before a switch would happen, the order was given to match your rudder indicators at 0. Now let's just flip it to after steering, who's at full port rudder, full left rudder, and they didn't do it. This goes back to my original point, along with Bill McCandless, Commander Barton, CG-39, I think. It was stupidity. Florida Marquis, yeah, well, you know what he's going to say? Oh, this was a conspiracy theory. No, it wasn't. It was honest to God stupidity made by the ship's captain and the crew members. I want you to read the article. It's amazing. All I can do is shake my head, and I know the three guys I mentioned will also just shake their head and go, how can you be so friggin' stupid? How can this happen? You can't tell me it's because they're forward deployed. You absolutely can't tell me that. That is a drill that happens like once a week. Everybody's on the same page, but apparently not in Comdesron 15 or 7th Fleet, whatever you want to call it. Totally pathetic. All right, NT8 on the porch. I just wanted to give you an update. Make sure you read the article. I'm dead serious. We'll talk to you later.